Alright everyone, we are back with another 4v4. This one's special. This happened during Joe's birthday, so I thought I should show this off. It's a week late, but happy birthday, Joe. He got a nice 4v4 with his favorite faction on his favorite map to end out the night he streamed. But let's take a look at what we've got. As of course we are on Joe's favorite map, Bday. Let's start with, we'll leave Joe to the last of the attackers. But we've got Pergamon here, Ninja Keeper. He is bringing himself a Pergamese Noble Cavalry General, 1 Fixed Ballista, 2 Tarantine Cav, 1 Archer, 1 Javelin, 5 Agimas, 2 Galatian Spears, 5 Galatian Swords, and 2 Pikemen. Very interesting strategy. Could do very well if they do sally out this way. But if they do not, I think it might end up hurting us, depending on how he moves. Next up, we have Bactria, brought to us by Mr. Mo. Bactrian Royal Cavalry General, 1 Indian Armored Elephant, 3 Mercenary Syrian Archers, 1 Persian Light Archer, 2 Eastern Spears, 7 Thorax Swords, and 2 Thoreos Spears. That Armored Elephant is a hell of a gamble, and I want to see how it goes, for sure, on Bday. I'm playing Chimeria on attack, I know, wild. But that has given us, of course, 7 Chimerian Noble Infantry, including the General, 1 Fixed Ballista, 1 Stepped Lancer, 4 Chimerian Heavy Archers, I think probably my favorite archer in the entire game, and of course, 2 Militia Hoplite to round out the build. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, there they are. I like how they're the same, because they're both very heavy. Finally, Joe playing his favorite faction, Roma. Remember that. It's why he has to make them spend $50 to play it, because otherwise he would only play Rome. That is a guaranteed fact. But he's got himself a General's Bodyguard General. I know, crazy. 1 Fixed Ballista himself. 3 Auxiliary Syrian Archers. 2 Armored Legionnaires. 4 Evocati Cohort. 1 First Cohort. 3 Hastati. And 2 Legionnaire Cohort. But with that, that is the attackers. On defense, we have a Galatia, brought to us by Y-Guy92. We have an Epirus, brought to us by Titled Sum. We have a Dan, bringing us Carthage. And we have Enoris bringing us Persian, though we don't see a Wallardy for him. So with that, I mean, we can expect to sally out with Carthage, Epirus, Persia on one Parthia. I said Persia. God damn it. Parthia. I have it written down as Parthia, and I still called it Persia. Parthia for Enoris, but 3 pretty good sally out factions, and something with very strong mid-tier can be very, very dangerous. But that's enough walking around. Let's get this battle started and wish Joe a proper happy birthday with his favorite faction and map.
When we take this place, it will be a heavy blow to our enemies and their ambitions. The glory and loot we gain are just added delights. Once we are within the walls, do as you will. Now, to arms!
Proper good guy behavior there. As the general knows, the ultimate city to take is Bday. Artillery blasting in. Trying to get past the tower, as you can see. I mean, he's just nailing the tower so far. Oh, almost. He actually hit. He's hitting the giant ballista. He's doing it. Oh. Got a second hit in. Nice. And maybe a bounce. Epirus, the true monster, trying to shoot my Steppe Lancers. He knows they're the true threat. Actually, one of my favorite shock cav. They're very fast and very cheap. As you can see, he is hitting them. Epirus is deigning on his major sally out, a Thessalian cav. And a citizen cav. He also has another Thessalian and another citizen to make 4 cavalry in total. Epirus making a pretty good push out there. Not really seeing anything over here yet. And they may not, which would be a shame. My cavalry's just running around, just being a pain. Just running around for the fun of it. Even though he's no longer targeting them anymore. Monsters. But Mo leading up with some Eastern Spearmen to take out the artillery. Still only got one. What do we got here? We got some hillmen. Some more hillmen. On the wall slingers, it's also why we're not actually pushing that wall. Because we're not insane. Just a little bit of a scout, as we can't see anything here. And some more becomes available. We've got here Levy Freemen, some mercenary Italians, a slinger, Sammonites, more Sammonites. The Italian swords are there. Already still trying to hit my boys. They should hopefully be silenced soon, except for the fact that the Eastern Spearmen have decided they wanted to get off this wild ride. But they won here. They're not going to win that. That's for sure. Still trying to hit, but I am keeping it nicely out of range. Italian swords blocking me off. Ooh, a hell of a bank shot there. Actually getting some of my boys. Trying to keep a wall in front to stop them from targeting. Hopefully those Eastern Spearmen will get up there sometime soon, because they're about to start targeting those Hastati. There we go, we have Eastern Spearmen in. Hopefully silence them before the next shot. Nope. Ooh. Got a good chunk into those boys. One more kill and we should be safe. Yep. The artillery will no longer be able to fire. Spearmen down. Still not much. On that side, Pergamon is still heavily invested over there just to make sure. But with that, the main push is free and we can fire. Rome trying to make an early breachhead here. Especially when he has some of those forces split with the Eastern Spearmen. Doing hopefully some good damage. Militia's moving up. Up to 67 there, 7 on that one. Eastern Spears going down, sadly. 6 kills, but they held the enemy in a bit of a bind. Started here. I think they're going to end up winning. A lot of them pulling back, as you can see. They're going to try to cycle around this guy. But Hastati on their own right are going to try to do the same shit. Try to make sure they don't get an attacked in rear penalty. And you can see cycling the units around. Getting Samnites in against Hastati, I mean, yeah, damn it. But wall down. Now we're going for the other one. The Reyes moving up. Militia's climbing those walls. Look at those fancy shields they've got. My militia hoplite getting ready to push up to help. I know. They're going to make all the difference. Well, 50 kills. Samnite's getting hit in the back now. Losing 2 more men.
Raiders, advance! Advance at speed! Raiders, forward!
No real path to get in, so move it back around. Epirus. Rome is defending against that. Citizen Cav over there. Citizen Cav here. And the 2 Tarentine Cavs, so we can see all the cavalry. 7 kills with the militia, but they are getting cut down pretty hard. Over here, 3 kills, but again, they're acting as a distraction. Doing what they can. That's right, 10 Samnites killed. And Bactrian arrows now firing into those slingers. '82. That opening, the nobles are getting ready to move into position and to help. Militia's down. Stadi needs to get in. But arrows from Bactria pushing back the slingers of Epirus. Proper Rome helping out as well. Epirus is trying to move up to be a little aggressive. But Chimerian noble infantry already moving around the flank. We do have a little bit of Parthia Hillmen. Just checking things out. And Epirus with a lot of his forces still out. Tarentine Cav. Something that happened is there was some weird issue with a lot of the movement orders that threw things off. A lot of delay on both sides. Especially on this cavalry fight here. Like, they were clicking and shit would happen. Sadly. But Italians being pushed back. As the noble infantry makes their way in. Now, the downside is it looks like Bactria is just abandoning Pergamon here. If they had a combined push here, they probably could have slaughtered what was here easily, especially with my forces coming in. So if they actually hit the wall here like this, at least with a few boys, could have done very good, but they decided they wanted the wall instead. I'm not sure why the wall doesn't help anyone, except for the defenders. But Ninja doing what he can. He is cutting through a lot of the hillmen. But this is going to be too much for him to face on his own, and we're going to try to get to him. But that's going to be hard as well, because this entire center is now can be controlled, and they can split us down the middle. Militia Hoplite still holding. Trying to get these nobles to actually target the Parthian swords, which was a pain. With that broken, they're going. And despite everything here, it looks like we are going to maybe get to Pergamon in time to save at least some of their units. Especially right here. If we can shatter this, we're shattering these with elites. Already 100 kills. I do not know actually. There we go. But cavalry getting ready to move on in now that a gap is about to form. Yep, a lot of back hillmen breaking, but we do have Cretans on the hill. And, ooh, a lot of breaking by the Pergamese forces, sadly. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get in there. And we may not make it to Pergamon in time, and he's going to lose all his Galatians. Which would be a true pity. Nice hit. Yep, cavalry shattering. Cavalry shattering. More Chimerian nobles getting in. Am I hitting my own shit? Probably. Could be Rome. I don't think so. Hey, it happens. Yeah, it looks like Galatia was picked off, sadly. They're down to one Galatian sword. Most of their force is in that forest. They need to start maneuvering it back because it does not look like there's going to be a major push over here. Noble infantry is still going. Steppe Lancers actually making their move. Have a great opening. They're going on in. And here they're going to be basically forcing the enemy to maneuver around right into the back of those Galatian swords. Already 30 kills. Right into these mercenary Italians. Cavalry charge versus cavalry charge right into the Thessalians, and Chimerian nobles getting ready to go on in as well. Of course, they're going to win that fight. But the nobles are going to do a number on them as they try to retreat. Despite getting shot the whole time, they still do a very excellent job for 340 cavalry. 69, nice. Almost broken those swords. Those swords are broken. Rome can get through now. What else do we have here? We have Bactria here on this little outcropping. Defenders are able to hold out on this portion here, which is very common. With those archers on the hill, it becomes very, very dangerous to do so. But Steppe Lancers going out at 78 kills. A few of my nobles are dead. I think I'm down to 5, about to be down to 4. As this one's going to go soon. I'm going to take as many as I can with me. What do we got over here? Bactria and what remains of the Pergamese Galatian force. Basically doing what they can to clear this up. I don't think Pergamon should be still sitting out here at this point. I know, yeah. Horse archers here, and I know that's dangerous, but you need to consolidate back in. You are isolated if they get around him. Kind of, we still have an isolated force is the issue. Epirus moving up closer, as you can see. The issue is Rome has to keep too much of their forces over here. So, Chimeria has to take the brunt of this. They're going in. Gallic warriors somehow managing to make their way over there. My nobles just doing what they can to cause havoc. This is, I think, going to be their end. I don't think they get... I doubt they get 300. Not against Qatari. Yep, and not against that. They do have charge reflect. Yeah, they just got slaughtered on that charge, and Qatari are going to keep going. Over here, it's going to get a little messy. Bactrian Royal Cavalry getting hit. Epirus sneaking around. Legionary cohort having a fun time. And this, I think, is a huge mistake on Epirus's part. I don't think he should have charged. Didn't even get the best cavalry charge, to be honest. Out of ammo archers, here to help with the Thessalians. The Thessalians. And get into those levies. But those levies are going to get crumpled. Citizen Cav trying to do something, but I think they're going to get crushed. This, though, is a good play. Now Romans are turned around, and... but they didn't even get a good charge due to that. Taratine's doing what they can. Cavalry moving up. Or not cavalry, Chimerians moving up. This fight is just becoming a slog. That is for sure. But defenders actually managed to push us back to that tower, which is wild. Wild stuff. Hillman being pushed back. Pergamon needs to come back now. We really do. But the Emperor's sally out is basically neutered. Tarantines make their way back. A little worse for wear. I don't know if they were necessarily worth it. Those elephants just finish up. There we go. And Rome can now commit to going in. So my forces are definitely beleaguered. Yeah, they're trying to be a little sneaky. This noble taking on a bunch of infantry there, racking up on the kills. Rome pushing here, forcing back the Hillman. But Bactria needs to get in. Mo needs to get in. I think the two biggest misplays is, to be honest, right now, Ninja staying so far out at this point. Even if he wanted to stay in the forest to hold, I think he needed to push back a little further this way. And I think it's Bactria not at least taking a few of these towers early on, which probably would have saved Galatia or Pergamon a few of those Galatians, which probably could be doing a lot more for us. Yeah. These guys are crushed. Overwhelming force, a lot of them are breaking. Basically, my role is to tank as much ammo as possible while doing damage, which is, I think, doing a pretty good job on that. My nobles have taken a lot of shots. And Bactria has taken advantage and hitting. Well, those guys are out of ammo, sadly. Those guys aren't, though. Yeah, see? The cavalry's back inside. You need to pull back Pergamon hard. And this is why I'm saying they're too far out of position in my book. I don't know if they'll make it in time. Noble Cav trying to sneak around. And they're going to attempt to get into that cavalry. Just as the Tarantines come in from the other side. And this is a huge, huge blow for the attackers. And this might actually cost us the game right here. Getting in onto this ranged. And it is also stopping reinforcements from getting to me. Massive slaughter of Noble Cav, but that is a huge blow to those thorax there. Noble Cav get down to 47, though. I don't know how much longer they're going to live. Tarantine stopped, or Thessalonian stopped. That is beautiful. Noble Cav getting another charge in, doing some real damage to those armored legionnaires. This might be the end. Yep, they got their charge stopped, and so did the Noble Cav. They're being isolated and killed. But this is pretty much the last of my noble infantry, and these guys are going to have to fight with their forces now. Rum doing a pretty good job on this corner, though they are losing to legionnaires, mainly because of all the fire that's hitting them. Getting hit by the artillery, and they were also being shot for a minute. They're pushing back. They're pulling back. And I'm pretty much out of infantry. I have 3 archers and my general. Tarantine cavalry of their own coming on in and doing what they can, surrounding the Scutari, hoping to shatter them here. But yeah, Pergamon's still keeping a few units in the woods, that's fine. Galatian spears, Agimas, and Galatians. Nothing too crazy there to prevent against a sally out, but the rest of the forces coming in, I think they're too far out. It might be hurting us, but out of ammo, archers going to hold this front a little bit. Hopefully, get a few shots at them. Hoping to get a proper charge and hopefully kill them. Not winning. Got 100 kills though. Those horse archers are being forced back. Thorax coming on through. Parthians dropping. But very close game so far. Epirus is a Royal Peltis general. Which is fine, he's got a lot of cavalry already. Galatian swords, not chasing. Good boy. These guys are out of ammo as well, but these guys are not. So, my general is going to protect them as they fire. Basically, wreck house. Because these are the best anti-archer archers in the game, and that's why I love them. 40 and precision. Actually, I think it's 40 and, yeah, precision shots. So they have 48, while the Epirus had 42 with their precision. They're trying to fire back at me. Getting some good shots in. And you can see a lot of these noble horse archers starting to drop. They're being forced back. Actually got a few strays into those slingers. Those slingers got 124, but they're out now. Basically trying to eliminate what I can. Carthage, though, Dan is still fucking making a mess over here. Despite being fairly isolated, he is not giving up that corner, and it is costing Bactria troops. Pike's moving up. Honestly, at this point, I think would be a real big place for someone to get up onto those towers and try to flank around them. Hit them from 3 sides. But Rome coming in to crush. Crush and eliminate those forces. That Scutari might try to come on in, but yeah, Rome's doing a good job of pretty much mopping up these 2 remaining forces, and then they're going to be coming in and helping. Pikes are beating those Parthians now. Good job, Pikes. Galatia has a decent amount left, as you can see over there. A lot of legionnaires. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 2, 4, 6 legionnaires still left. Now, Rome does have a good number left. I'm pretty much the only one out of the game, I think, along with probably a good number of titled, and maybe Enoris. Horse archers coming out and around. mean, those slingers are out of ammo. Yep, they're trying to stop so that hopefully the general will fire in their mind. Nice shots right into the general. Baleric's trying to move up. There's 46 of them left. I don't know if they're going to be able to do much. Yeah, but you can already see Epirus replacing and Joe just pulling out. And going to get a nice volley into their backs. As the Samnites retreat, yeah, and so do the Royal Peltas. Basically, the strategy here is going to be going into hoplite formation, get that charge resistance, and just don't pursue. As you can see, they're going to charge right on in. And I do great on that. I just slaughter the charge. As you can see here, Royal Peltas are getting their ass kicked. I think they're going to end up with a good amount of kills. 62, though. At the end of the Peltist, I think that Bactria should have got that infantry out. But yeah. Precision shot with that. I think I'm aiming right into, yep, right into those Samnites. Forcing them back a bit. See my general still holding. Another, yep, nice skewer. You see what I mean when I say this? Like, this is how you stop them, by the way. If people want to just play this little game, what you need to do is just stick a unit defensively who has a high defense and just let them hit you, because I'm just constantly farming hits. They are eventually going to win, sadly. But they're going to take a huge amount of casualties to do so. And that's the dangerous part, is those Legionnaires need to go down. Archers basically trying to eliminate them. Syrians are almost dead. Syrians is in that fight hard. Yeah, as you can see, they're gone. 6 kills. Over here, I mean, those pikes are finally going down. 96 kills, but they are taking a lot of shots. What is that? Creedon, 232 kills. Nice. And back here, this is what's dangerous. There's still Samnite full strength. Half healthy, Scutari. But to be honest, this is a big misplay for the defenders, in my opinion. They're getting surrounded, isolated, and crushed. All this because I can just hold this position for a very long time, preventing Epirus from being able to support. Yep, archers coming in to support on the flank. Right into those naked boys. But also into those legionnaires. Now this is where it's going to get a little dangerous. If we can't stop these, ooh, those spikes are getting hit hard. If those legionnaires are being forced that way, they were able to get on around, and this is probably going to be the end of my boys. I'll show the slingers my back. I don't mind that as much. Yep. Keep going, trying to stop Galatia from moving in, but Galatia, I think, actually managed to overpower that side, which is an issue, sadly. But the elephants are here. Rome has this side a little bit handled, but we now have the full strength. The Samnites coming in. Can't really push. And you can see where the cracks are starting to form. We do not have the infantry to be able to hold where we're at. As such, elephants are coming in. A last big play from us. The elephants have to do well for us to have a chance. Galatia is very overstretched. And a good run against the Galatians should do well. But the Legionnaires were able to hold them up, sadly, pretty well. Yep, you can see range coming on down. Cretans that still have full ammo. And this is a huge bad sign. But elephants managed to get through. Keep pushing, pushing. Most of them are through. They are out of control. Now, luckily for us, we don't have a lot of infantry left. But the bad side for us is they are going to where our remaining infantry is at. Yeah, running right through our infantry, crushing our lines. Killing a lot of enemies, though. But definitely killing a lot of us. My general's still alive. Managed to sneak around trying to silence those archers one final time. Especially as these elephants out of control go to where my general was, and I am saved. Forcing the archers away. Yeah. Right into an enemy Galatian. That is beautiful, to be perfectly honest. I mean, slaughtering a pike, which is not awesome. 423 doing a real good amount of damage. They're going to start falling soon. They've taken a lot of damage. There's only... yeah. Elephant's trying to get out of there. Oh, God. Their own elephant is crushing their general. Yep, the elephant's mostly gone. That's pretty much it for them. Probably pretty much it for us, to be perfectly honest. But it is... and this is why. There is still 2 full noble fighters. There they are. Rome, last-ditch push against these Samnites, but... Scutari and full health noble fighters are going to rip through what we have left. We do not have the infantry to win against all those noble fighters. Pergamus general won, but he has to pull back and around. So full strength legionnaire comes in. Yeah. Samnite's doing pretty well. Noble fighters just trailing the generals. Same with this one, they're just preventing any flanking. My last unit of Chimerians are out and gone. Infantry coming around, and just full surround on Joe's Romans. This is going to be it. Cavalry moving in. They're going to enjoy themselves for sure. Outside, cavalry just maneuvering around, but this is pretty much it. We cannot support the forces inside, even if we had the men too, so they're going to get crushed, surrounded and crushed here. Galatian spears doing Pretty decent. Rome, General's Bodyguard, trying to make a little last-digit play. Be a little cheeky, see what else they had left, but... Parthia mostly out, but their expensive boys are still here. He loves those noble art boys. Crushing those Balearics and getting out of there. They still have fire shot on from fighting the elephant. The other out of ammo archer. Crush him. 185 on that. I mean, the general's coming in. He's going to try for a play here. Get right into them. Yeah, I see what you're doing. You can probably smash right through those legionnaires. Ah, not a great charge. Actually, a pretty good charge. Go, go, go. Yep, go around. Ended up pretty good. Trying to win this fight against the Peltis, but here comes the nobles. They are still Samnite, noble, noble. Yep. There's that isolation. General Bodyguard still running. Like the proud Roman he is. Runs away. Brave, brave general. Bravely runs away. Yep, there's that. They're just getting isolated and surrounded. But Pergamon putting up a hell of a fight at the end. Gema, 69 kills, nice. That's going to be their end. Their end here, 224 though on the cavalry. Rome got a final charge in, 118. Yeah. That's going to be it, guys. Last unit left. Let's watch him die. Getting shot. And then charged. That's it. Alright. Oh, close fight, I think, in my opinion. Until the end. Dan, I think Dan ended up winning the game for them with what they had, more than anything. Let's take, before I get into it, I think Pergamon was a little too far out, and I think Bactria not pushing in with his towers and just pulling back, isolating Pergamon. I think I called it Galatia again, but Pergamon in the towers and then Pergamon getting isolated from due to Bactria, I think were the two biggest factors in our loss. If we could have won that fight against the wall, with Bactria going in the middle, me in the edge, and Ninja on the corner, and crushed that and kept a lot of his Galatians alive, we might have had a good deal more infantry to win that fight. Because we lost a solid, I think, 5 units of Galatians due to that. But with that, our on the defender side, I think what we did good, I think, is the initial push, I think, went really well. We didn't isolate ourselves to one spot and overwhelm the attackers and got some good victories there outside of course, that wall fight, where we decided we didn't want to widespread it. Defender-wise, what went well was definitely, I think, Carthage at the end. Actually, just all around, Carthage did very well. At the end, being able to isolate Pergamon in the beginning, as well as the noble cavalry, mixed with titled Tarentine, or Thessalian cav, sorry, in the center, really put a lot of damage to us. Biggest mistake I think they had was actually titled selling out. It was a nice little thing to keep our forces occupied, but the fact that he charged was his biggest mistake. If he just moved those forces back in because he wasn't going to win anyways, and he wasn't going to do too much damage anyways, he should have just moved them back in once he was done harassing them. And those levies would have been useful in other places. But army comp-wise, Chimerian Noble Infantry, 191 for the general. Archers, 140, 108, 171, 134. Chimerian Noble Infantry, the rest of them, 192, 149, 175, 108, 305. Only one failed me. Ninja here, 232 on the Noble Cavalry. Tarantines 145. Gima's 141. Galatian Swords 151, 116. Joe here as Roma, 118 on that General Bodyguard. Syrians 155, 176. Army Legionnaires 144. Iwakadi 193, 224, 151. 133 for Astadi, and 178 for a Legionary cohort. Mo here, 192 for that Bactrian Royal Calf, 445 for that Indian Armored Elephant, probably closer to 800, 900 if you include our losses. Syrians 137, 171, Persians 125, Thorax 130, 176, 176, 116, 200, 192. Overall, very good for Bactria, though. I think he did hurt us a little bit. Some of those thorax could have been utilized a little better in the initial fight. Probably would have got 2,700 kills, probably. Because he would have been able to flank a lot of the Carthaginian forces early on, or force them to pull back. And Norris here is Parthia. Noble Horse Archers 128, 181, 144. Scorpion. Did not see that all game, but that's kind of what you want to do with a Scorpion. 101. Hillman 106, Hillman 133, Parthians 211, 200, 126, 138, 134. Very good job overall. Y guy here, Galatia 145 on that Noble Horse, 106 on that Archer. The rest of the Archers did not do crazy well. Legionnaires 162, 215, 197, 117, 234. Galatian Swords 114, 150, 228, 122, 148. Just overall, very well done, Y guy. But that's what you do that mid-tier infantry for. They slaughter. Carthage with Dan, 267 for that Cretan. Galax 128, 133, 137. Mercenary noble fighters 277 with no losses. Monster. 170, 183, and 140 with those Scutari. Titled here, 332 with that Royal Peltist, 123 with that Thessalian. God. I'm Greek, I promise. 115 Italians, 154 Italians. Samnites are 128. Yeah, those levies just got crushed. And Slingers 108, 127. Overall, very close battle. I think what stitched it at the end was just what happened at the beginning. Carthage was able to hold back those noble fighters till the very end because he was able to just slaughter 4 of those 5 Galatian swords because they got isolated and surrounded. And he was able to fully micro those because Mo pulled back, in my opinion. Wouldn't guarantee the win because those are Galatian swords against nobles, but it would have given us a little bit of a better chance, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Still have not had anyone tell me they made it this far, so I believe no one has made it this far. That's all for now. Bye for now.